Racing circuits are the second most important thing in motorsport, right behind the car. And racing circuits can be everything from a street circuit like Monaco to a permanent racing circuit such as Spa. And everybody also has their opinion on which one is their most preferred circuit, their perfect circuit. And today I'm going to tell you, the viewer, my top 3 favorite circuits and the best one I think you might not expect. And let's get into my number 3rd favorite racing circuit in my favorite racing game. Now, number 3 on my list is a racing circuit I think you all know, and maybe not by coming out of the pits, but now you should probably understand what circuit it is. And it's of course, what's it called? Silverstone. And this number 3 on my list has been vertical quite close because I didn't know if I should put Silverstone on this list or Spa. But I chose Silverstone mainly because I've actually seen it in real life, so I know how it fully looks. And this might not have the elevation changes such like what's it called, Spa or Eau Rouge, but what makes this circuit unique is firstly that it is a bit of a history lesson, was that this was the first racing circuit to ever hold a Formula 1 Grand Prix in 1950. And something which makes this circuit a bit different than Spa is that, for example, you can see the cars like from 1 meter from the circuit. I don't believe that's possible in Spa, but you can do that in Silverstone, and you can really hear the cars even though they're not very loud. And if you want to see if you want to go to Silverstone, just what's it called, check out my video on if you should go there. But now one lap I'm a document a bit. So here you have Abbey, I think it's called, flat out easily, then you want to go for here, then you come up to Village where you have first real braking, so you want to turn in, not get oversteer. Here, bit of a blind corner because the tires cover it, but otherwise it's normally flat out there through, or you go very quickly through the loop on those sections. I'm not so good with the names, but I just love the fast flow of Silverstone, and that is probably why I I've put this higher in the list, due to this one having, in my opinion, a lot better flow. Because in Spa you have to brake for a few downhill corners and you really go down in speed, whilst here around Silverstone you don't fully have to like brake, go down into second or first gear to be able to take a corner. So that's why Silverstone is number 3 on my list. My next circuit on the list might be a little bit shocking to you, but it's a really good one. Welcome to New York State, and more specifically Watkins Glen. And if you don't know this circuit a lot, I'm just wondering where you have been, because if you're an F1 fan you should know Kimi Räikkönen raced around here, but also this circuit is quite big in the, what's it called, the Simracing genre. But I also really like this circuit, and why it's, what's it called, second on my list is due to a bit like those chicanes, and also this, in my opinion, has a even better flow than the what's it called, the circuit before, which was Silverstone. But this has some very nice corners, like this uphill long right-hander, which is very twisty and very hard to master. But this last section here, you also have some slower corners, such as this one. You have to really slow it down, get in there, but yeah, you can put on the gas because this car has DC. Then you want to go into first or second gear with this hairpin, but you can really open it up on the exit. Go here, you want to brake a little bit. That's where you need to go through here. Then obviously you need to brake a bit for there. You can just stamp on the gas and off you go. And this circuit is very good, but there are some things which I don't feel like about this circuit. Is that modern, very high downforce cars, not like this one, but like a Formula 1 car or maybe a LMP1 car, is that a lot of these corners are flat, but also there's like, it feels a bit like, oh, this circuit is a bit too short. It's like maybe trying to drive a what's it called, a GT3 car around a wider go-kart track. It's really small, but still quite a bit of fun. And that's why this circuit is number 2 on my list. And to go to number 1, we have to switch game, switch car, switch everything, because we are going back to Europe, but not to England. We're going to France. Welcome to Circuit de la Sarthe, also known as Le Mans. And what makes this circuit so special is obviously that it hosts arguably the most famous 24-hour race, and if not the most famous 24-hour race in in Europe. It has been in multiple movies such as Le Mans 66, also known as Ford vs Ferrari. But then you also have a movie, I don't remember with whom, but my father always talks about. I think it's called Le Mans, and a famous movie which I've seen on Tag Heuer ads. Why I like this circuit so much is it has a bit of flow, as we have discussed with the other racing circuit, but something which makes this special in my opinion is the heritage and that it's super long, because a lot of people like love the Nürburgring because it is so long, which means it has a ton of corners, a long straight and everything. And I feel like Le Mans is a bit a mini version of that, and easier to drive, and also more fun in my opinion, because it's not as hard and you don't need to focus as much, which means that you can just drive and have fun. But also this is a mixed circuit, because as you can see I'm driving on roads currently. I think it's a motorway or a highway, whilst Nürburgring is a toll road with its barriers very close to the circuit and a lot more narrow. Something which this has, would like Watkins Glen, is those slower speed corners, which don't fully destroy the circuit, but they make for very good overtaking opportunities, which makes this circuit even better in my opinion. But then you have the negatives. With the long circuit, it also makes it quite not boring, but it makes it with the long straights a bit, you might lose your focus, but on those straights you can edit things, but that's only also in the first sector, whilst if you check, like I'm in the second and third sector now, you can check, you can't in the minimap, but you have a lot of different corners. And now we come into the Porsche Asus, I believe they're called. You have to drag your car through here. I've just seen, I think Jimmy Broadbent crashed their car here in virtual Le Mans in, I don't remember if it was what's it called, not Project Cars, if it was R Factor 2 or maybe if it was iRacing. But either way, this is a very nice circuit, and also it has a very cool end. If you push or do a bit wrong, it can go a bit wrong, like what happened to Verstappen. But now, what did you think about these options? Let me know in the comments down below, because I really want to hear what your opinions are on this list. But my next video will be a Reddit Reacts to the Italian Grand Prix. So it'll be a bit longer video, a bit calmer. So I hope to see you there. But until then, I've been Racing Legend, you've been my miseries, thank you for watching, goodbye!